From James Thang. The amount of COVID talk here is an absolute turnoff. Please wake me up when you actually talk about changing the future with Cardano. Well, COVID controls every aspect of our lives. In fact, the Omicron variant, there is discussion about more lockdowns, more shutdowns. We are trying to stage events like micro summits and seminars specifically about Cardano for either transforming it into a larger open source project or the micro summit for DEXs. And we're actually having conversation about the nature of COVID. So what the fuck do you want me to do, James? Just ignore that COVID's here? Because it controls everything. It has a huge impact on inflation. It's damaging the entire markets. If you care about the price of ADA, it certainly has damaged the cryptocurrency prices, the fear of Omicron. It's restricting our freedoms. It's restricting our freedom of movement. And also it's being used to implement censorship systems, which are now being reapplied towards cryptocurrencies. If you don't believe that's an issue, that's great. You're entitled to your opinion, but you're not entitled to facts. COVID and the continued response the world has had for it is damaging every single free enterprise's ability to operate. It's damaging our ability to collaborate. It's damaging our ability to fundraise. It's damaging our ability to sell and execute. It's damaging our freedoms to operate in marketplaces. And it's creating so much anger in society that people are starting to opt out. Look at the Great Resignation. Google that. There's a huge wave of white-collar professionals who are just simply not working anymore. They're just leaving their jobs. And these distorted markets make it more difficult to hire people, more difficult to price labor appropriately, more difficult to train people. College dropout rates that are an all-time high. Internships are going unfilled. So you may not believe that's an issue, but that sure as hell impacts our industry, impacts Cardano in the local sense, and the world as a whole. It's also creating enormous demand for alternative systems because people are losing faith in institutions. So think before you type, James.